Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to another crochet tutorial. Today we are going to be doing a mesh shawl, which is very easy. It's one of those basic ones that you can do if you are just kind of learning the ropes, learning the stitches, and if you're an advanced crocheter, then this will take no time at all. This actually took me like 2 days tops to do, a few hours, and it was one skein, so 400 meters in this skein, and this is from my shop. Actually, it's from Republic of Yarnia, and this is July's monthly subscription yarn, and it's a very pretty sort of rose. I know the color in the lighting in this room is terrible, but it's kind of a rose gold. It looks very peach in the light, but I promise you it's rose gold. And the skeins are based on these gorgeous figures from 14th century Italian painting. So I've called it the rose gold Entourage. So you can use whatever sort of yarn you're comfortable with. This is fingering weight as well. It's very kind of stretchy and thin and lacy. If you're using thicker yarn, which is totally fine, you'll just get your mesh will actually be nice and separated. If you're using a fingering weight yarn, see how it's kind of bunched up here? So I have to block it properly and it will be stretched out. So if you're using a thinner weight yarn, then just be prepared to block it and it will all expand. So this 400 meters made a huge shawl, and it's actually 6 feet wide and over 3 feet long. So it goes a long way. Like the yarn goes a long way. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. For the tutorial, I'm going to use a slightly larger yarn just so you can see. But another great thing about this is that it's great for variegated yarns because it really shows off the colors. And because if you're using complicated patterns, sometimes the variegated yarn, the colors kind of get mushed together, and this way you actually get to see sort of the richness and depth of the colors. And yeah, so this is really simple. So we're going to take our yarn and start with a loop and then chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then insert your hook into the very first chain that you made, just like that. Pull up your loop and then pull it through, and then you've created a little circle. So from there we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and your chain 3s always count as double crochets. Okay, so into the hole you have here, the center of your circle, you're going to do 2 more double crochets. So pull up a loop, pull through once, yarn over, pull through, and then do another double crochet. Then chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets into that circle. And then chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets. And so you will have a group of 3 here with a chain 2 space, a group of 3 double crochets here, and then chain 2 space, and then another group of 3. So that's just how you start. And it's very, very simple, straightforward from here on in. So round number 2. So to start, we chain 1. So when you're starting a new round, always chain 1, and then into the second stitch at the top of, you have 3 double crochets. So into the second one, or the middle one, you do a slip stitch, just like that, and then do another slip stitch into the third one. So that's just pulling your yarn through and then pulling it through again, and then a third slip stitch into the chain 2 space. So you're basically just creeping along until you get to the chain 2 space, and then you're going to chain 3, and so that is going to be your first double crochet, remember, and then 2 more double crochets into that chain space, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets into that chain space. And so that is creating your pretty border of your shawl, just like that. So now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then jump over to the chain 2 space you have on the other side, and you're going to do the same thing. So you do 3 double crochets, and then chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets, just like that. And that is what it should look like, almost like a little basket. And we are already on to row around 3. So we chain 1. So that's how we always start a row around. And then into the second double crochet, you do a slip stitch. Into the third one, you do a slip stitch. And then into the chain 2 space, you do a slip stitch. And then chain 3, 2, 3. 2 more double crochets into that space. And then chain 2. 3 more double crochets into that chain space. Just like that. There's a hair in that. Remember, hair in your projects just means extra love. So now we are going to do something with this space here. So we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet into this chain 5 space below, just like that, and then chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to jump over to your chain 2 space here and do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and that is row 3 or round 3 done. So I am going to show you a couple more rounds and then send you on your way. So if you are getting anything out of this tutorial, remember to like and subscribe. And you can see here our pretty border is beginning to develop, so I can show you on the big one. So it's just this pretty border on the edge. So that is what we're creating here. So if you remember how to continue, we chain one, slip stitch into the second double crochet, into the third double crochet, and into the chain 2 space, and chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and into that same space 3 more double crochets. This yarn is very squeaky. Then we have a chain 5 space here, so we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet into the space below, then chain 5 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, jump over to the next space and do another single crochet, so just like that, and then chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect that to the, you're leaping over to the border again. So do your border, which is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Get that out of the way for you. So hopefully you've gotten the hang of it. It's basically just working the border and then chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5. Okay, so we'll do one more. Turn your work, chain 1 and slip stitch into the second double crochet, slip stitch into the third, slip stitch into the chain 2 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets all into that space. Okay, and then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet into the chain 5 below, then chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain 5 below, and then chain 5 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain 5 below, and then one more chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and then you're into your border, so that is 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. So this is such an easy but really pretty summery project. You can turn this into tops as well and wear like a tank top underneath. So that's it. And as I was saying, you can see how the thicker the yarn is, the less likely the chains are going to collapse in on themselves. So you won't really have to block these. You still can if you want. But a project where it's more lace yarn or fingering weight, you will have to probably block your work. But I will leave you to it. That is all you need for the mesh shawl. So yeah, that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Happy crafting, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.